Iran claims to have dismantled a major terror cell allegedly trained by Israel's intelligence agency Mossad, with security officials saying the network exploited the recent unrest in the country to launch violent operations. The announcement came from Iran's law enforcement command, known as FARAJA, which revealed that large caches of illegal weapons had been intercepted before reaching the capital, Tehran. According to Press TV, which cited FARAJA's official statement on January 16, Iranian forces successfully seized more than 60,000 weapons that were reportedly being smuggled into the country for subversive activity. FARAJA's statement said, quote, 60,000 weapons were discovered with rioters in Bushehr. 2 terrorists were also arrested in the operation. Authorities further claimed that intelligence agencies identified and captured key members of what they described as a dangerous and heavily armed terrorist gang, which had been operating across several provinces. State media reports alleged that the group had been trained by Mossad in advanced urban warfare tactics, with a reported goal of worsening the death toll during ongoing protests and destabilizing the government from within. Iranian outlets reported that the gang was distributing a range of weapons and communication devices, including AK-47 rifles, shotguns, and satellite phones, to coordinate attacks and inflame unrest across Iranian cities. Press TV added that the same group had stormed a number of local military and police bases, stealing arms and redistributing them to armed protesters, in what authorities claim was an organized campaign of terror. Earlier, Iranian officials warned that terrorist elements resembling the tactics of the Islamic State (ISIS) had infiltrated demonstrations, a claim Tehran says proves that unrest is being exploited by foreign-backed militants. In comments to RT, an Iranian government spokesperson accused these groups of deploying violent street tactics reminiscent of ISIS fighters, including bombings, targeted shootings, and arson, in an attempt to spread chaos nationwide. Iranian officials have announced the arrest of more than 3,000 individuals allegedly linked to terrorist organizations, in what authorities describe as one of the country's largest counterterrorism operations in recent years. Those detained reportedly include key ringleaders, suspected operatives with alleged connections to Israel, as well as armed individuals and arsonists accused of fueling nationwide violence under the guise of protests. Officials say the arrests came following direct calls from senior clerics and provincial authorities, who have urged Iran's judiciary to take uncompromising action against those deemed responsible for undermining national stability. Meanwhile, Iranian state broadcaster Press TV carried remarks from a leading religious figure who described the recent wave of demonstrations as a terrorist war, claiming they were orchestrated by foreign powers intent on destabilizing the nation. The cleric, Seyyed Ahmad Khatami, publicly condemned both the United States and Israel, accusing their governments of orchestrating and financing the unrest to weaken Iran politically and spiritually from within. Seyyed Ahmad Khatami said, quote, "This system was not obtained for free. More than 200,000 martyrs were sacrificed for it, and no duty is more important than preserving the system. The enemies imagine the disintegration of the country, but as long as one Iranian is alive, they will not allow even 1 inch of this land to be taken. The people demand the most severe punishment for the rioters and expect decisive action." While Khatami condemned external interference, he also acknowledged that legitimate public anger over economic hardship and soaring prices needs immediate government attention to prevent further unrest. The latest announcement from Tehran coincides with shifting signals from Washington, where President Donald Trump appears to have stepped back from his earlier threats of military action against Iran. After days of fiery rhetoric, Trump has now tempered his tone, citing reports that executions of detained protesters in Iran have been temporarily halted, a development that seems to have paused U.S. plans for direct confrontation.
You urged protesters in Iran earlier this week to keep fighting in the streets and said that help was on the way. Is help still on the way, or has your bar
we're going to see. As you know, Iran canceled the hanging of over 800 people. They were going to hang over 800 people yesterday, and I greatly respect the fact that they canceled that.